G'day, my name's Pete, and today I'm going to be working on this jade tree. Portulacaria afra is its proper name, but you can also call it speckboom, elephant bush, and a few others, I'm sure. Anyway, today I'm going to work on this tree. It's 10 years old. This is what I consider the front of my tree, especially at the moment. I'm going to repot it into another pot, and then I'm going to shrink it down and shape it up a little bit. But anyway, here we go. First of all, I'm just going to loosen the soil around the edge of the tree just a bit, just to make it a little bit easier for me to get out. Right, I think that'll do it. I'm just going to slide it over. Hopefully it'll come out. Too much trouble. Oh, there you go, beautiful. Okay. Now, I don't know if I should, but I keep my soil from the trees, and what I do is I put it in my compost and just recycle, basically what I do. The reason I'm potting it first is because I don't know what the roots look like, and I say this is the front of the tree, but I might have some really nice roots on this that make me decide to use the other side or something else. It's been in this pot for a year. It was a cutting. I had it as a cutting from another tree. So I'm using a wooden stick so that I'm causing the least amount of damage to the roots as I dig around at it. So I can't see any like really nice roots. They're all finer roots, but there are some that could be directed to grow nicer. Okay. Alright. So there's this one here, looks like it could be a nice root, but this one here is growing up and I don't think it's going to be any good, so we're going to get rid of that one and just let that one train down. You know, there's another couple that are up. There's another one that's, well, that could be held down with a wire. That might be worth doing. Well, that's definitely no go. Alright, so I'm not going to cut them too much because I don't have a lot of roots there. But if I cut some of the bigger ones, some more fine roots will grow from those spots, which could be good for me. Tree. Okay. So I think that might be all I'm going to do with that. Alright. Okay. So I'll just set this aside for the minute while I prepare the pot. So I've got this pot here. I've already had a tree in it and I've repotted this tree into a bigger pot because it's gotten bigger. Now this one will do the same. We'll just pot it in this one until we see, till it grows. Gets too big for this pot. Not ready for that. I've got my mix. Now the mix I got is I use 40% potting mix. Just actually I use the compost stuff that I compost, and 60% of pumice and lava rocks. So that's what I'm going to use in there. I don't have any mesh left. I did have some, but I don't have any left. So I'm just going to use paper over the holes because you only need it there for a while. By the time the paper rots away, the tree's got roots and doesn't leak as much, you know, through the holes. Anyway, all right, so we'll do that. Alright, so we've got a layering like so. Okay, get our tree. Now after looking at it, I still think that's a good front for the tree. So we're going to sit it in like so. And that's going to be it for now. It's going to go almost dead center on the, maybe over this way a little bit. because this side's growing longer further out. So we'll move it over like that a bit. You'll want it. And we'll get this other wire, this wire, go to that side, back down for a minute, and turn it around. Sorry about the camera view, this is what it is. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I can do a little bit more tiny. Oops. Alright, that's going to do that. Now, just cut off the excess. Bit it down. So this side. Bit more down. Stick them in. Okay. Okay, so I've got that's already broken off. That's going to go straight away. Okay, so now I've got to keep filling that up with straw now. Okay, now we'll just get our a stick and then we're going to work the soil right down into the roots. Try not to have air bubbles. The roots need to have contact with the gravel, with the soil, so that the roots got something to stick to grow. Otherwise, if there's air pockets, the roots will just die off. So we just keep pushing them all in. I may have to wire them. I might have it a bit higher in the pot, but it is what it is now. It's not getting changed. What breaks off of the plant breaks off, you know, too bad, so sad, they'll regrow. Plus I'm going to be bringing it all in anyway once I start trimming it. Alright, I do like the idea of having a bit of wire, just keeping some of those roots down a little bit. Oh. That'll do. Just to hold them down, just a touch. That one could do one. Same reason. Just peg it down. Not big enough wire, and it's not very big piece of root that I'm trying to hold down. Like that, that'll do. Okay, so a little bit more soil on top now just to cover those roots. And that's going to do that. Okay, so it's now potted. So now what we're going to do is look at it and decide what we're cutting and what we're keeping and what's going. I still think this is a nice front to the tree, so we're going to keep that as the front, which means I like this pad, but we're going to make it smaller. So we'll bring it in. Bring these in a bit as well. And what we'll do is we'll use a weight to weigh that down. Just okay, nice lead sinker on there, just to help bring that down. Okay, now we'll cut this one here because it's getting too long, and it'll grow 2 shoots out there, and then hopefully I can cut the opposite direction later, like this one here. This one here is growing. I can cut the piece there, and then it will grow 2 shoots out that way. And I think I prefer that when I can, but sometimes you can't because you got to think about how big they're getting. Okay, so that's going to be that for now. On that, this is on top, but if we cut it here, it'll grow 2 shoots out that way, 2 shoots out that way. Backwards we don't really want anyway. That will trim down. That can keep growing. That can keep growing for the moment. Trim them back already. That back. That back. That's growing in the middle. Get rid of that. So I'll do the same thing as I have been doing now. I like fast forwarding the cutting mode, footage of me just trimming. I'll keep some of it explaining, and then the rest will be in fast forward. It's basically the same process for the whole tree now. trimming away. I might be able to turn that. Bottom dweller, got to go. They're too long. Go. All right. Now with this, we can get rid of all this low stuff. We don't need it because we know now where the roots are, and so we don't want anything growing from a certain height. And since we've got these branches here anyway, we're not going to have any of these other branches. They're not necessary. All right. All of these, they can go. Inward. They can go. Okay. Now, this part here is a bit cluttered. I've got to decide what I'm going to keep and what's going to go here. And I do like this back branch. I think this back branch is nice here because it's filling out the back of the tree. So we'll keep that. Oops. Because the growth is all relatively, it was only a year old, growing all this growth. We'll just got to keep it under control. Alright, so I want it to grow out more, so I'm not trimming it too much. So we're keeping that, and I sort of like that one coming out the front, growing out this way. We're keeping that. Bring it in a bit. Alright, but we're going to keep that. And all of this, like, we'll just bring it in. And we'll keep all that. This has still got a bit of flexibility in it. So I probably should do some, I usually like to use string and hold it to somewhere, because I really don't like wiring, because these things grow so quick that the wire cuts in, and then you've got to be on top of it all the time. And there are times when I get a bit lazy and I don't like to be out here all the time working on them. So I might use a bit of wire just to give it a little bit of shape so it doesn't look so straight. So we're keeping all that. We can bring these down, and here we go with the camera view. As you can see, there's already a shoot coming out here. This is getting too high for me to cut here. Is all well and good, because that's the sort of growth I want, which is these branches growing out. Okay, so now as I was saying, I don't know if you can see here or not with the camera, we'll try. As you can see, there's two shoots going that way, which is what we want, but it's also getting too high. So we need to cut it down, which means now when this one grows long enough, has another, when this grows a little bit longer and has another shoot, couple of leaves come out, another shoot, then we trim that and these two will have shoots come out, and then we'll have the growth going in the direction that we want. Okay, so that's the logic, fuzzy logic. Okay, anyway, and it's the same story for me. I can't trim everything because it's all relatively new growth on here, so we need it. But we can't see this one here. It's growing. This one here is growing out both directions, which is what we want. And now we want to cut it here, so now it will grow growth this way, and then we cut it again so it grows out again. But that's the general consensus, I think, for how my reasoning anyway, for why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, and they're getting too long. Alright, I've got a lead sinker on there to bring that down. I think that's good, we need that. I think maybe this branch here could go all together, although, you know, I do like it, but because I've got this bottom branch, I'm getting cluttered, so I need to get rid of that branch. Alright, so we're going to cut that one right off completely. So in here we go. I'm done and dusted. She's off. Okay. Now, I still think we got some. This is too big, so we need to bring all this in. So we're going to bring it in heaps, at least to there for starters. All right. Okay. And matter of deciding what we're going to keep here. I can wire that up, but it's like we said, it's too long. This piece here is already nice, so we'll stop it from growing further out, and now it will just grow out. This one will cut off altogether. Up here we got a bit of a collection of stuff. Can't tell where I'm looking. I might have been looking terrible for this video. Alright, anyway, so we'll get rid of the straight up one. But this one's starting to grow out this way, which is nice. So we'll cut that. Keep that. Straight up, no good. Straight to the back, no good. Alright. And we'll see how that goes. Same with them. We may wire that up. That's too long. That's too long. Okay. Alright, so that's all we're going to do for that on that for now. There. This piece here, well, these are way too long. We'll cut that back, that off, cut that one down. This one down here, it's growing too low. That's going. There's another one that one there's growing too low. They're too far back. That one can go, that can go. Okay, alright, so there we go, that's that for now. We'll go over it again, you know. As I said, when I water, I'll look at it and then I'll trim more if I need to. This one here might be still too long. Alright, so we're just going to let all that go for the minute. That's alright. This one here is looking nice little pad. This one now we have to decide what we're doing here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all this and get rid of that. And I'll just cut that off. And you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through all of this. I'm going to cut through all of that so it looks like it's got a taper after it rots away. I think that would look good. Okay, it's not 100% yet. We'll just trim it up a little bit more. We can get rid of them. They're bugging me anyway. I can't see. We don't want them there anyway. Now I can see just how much I'm trimming away here. We don't want to go too wild, but we want to go wild enough. Okay, and I think that will do. So that'll heal, and then it'll look like it's part of, you know, the one branch. I think that'll be good. That's too low. That can go. Okay, and I think that's close to what we want. This stuff here, we'll just trim this down. Same story. Leaving the growth so I can go out further. We don't really want that way, but we do want this way. Straight up is alright for the minute, and then I'll trim it a bit later. Don't really want that one. backwards. Okay, bottom growth we don't want. Alright, that can get trimmed. It's getting too, in fact maybe it's all going to go there. We'll just trim back some of this. These ones going there too. Yeah, they're all going. In fact, that's going too. Okay. Alright. All these ones here. These ones here, they're going. You know, you got to have a space before growth starts, before your pad of branches. And I reckon for now that I'm pretty close to all I'm going to do on this. Could probably go. Straight out from the other one. Okay, so I reckon that's about it for now. As I say, and I keep going, I always do this, because you keep looking and then you see, okay, maybe that needs to go too. Okay, well, alright, that's it, that's all I'm doing. For now, this tree's done. Done and dusted. Okay, I reckon that's my front. And there you go, that's it, that's all I'm doing. It's probably still growing out too far here. I'll work on it later. That one is definitely going to go. That's downwards growth right there. Different angles. Okay, alright, well that's it. That's the tree with its trimming. Thanks for watching and catch you later.